Like 5,000 likes to this video, we will upload more patriotic news. Thank you. Revealed. Here's Trump's top runner for Homeland Security chief. Former Department of Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly replaced Reince Priebus as Donald Trump's White House Chief of Staff this week. Now, Trump must find a new DHS secretary, and the frontrunner for the position may surprise you. Bloomberg reported that 3 sources close to Trump say that the frontrunner for the job is currently Energy Secretary Rick Perry. They added that Trump is also considering other people besides Perry, however. Secretary Perry is focused on the important mission of the Department of Energy. He's honored to be mentioned, but he loves what he's doing, said Robert House, Director of Public Affairs at the department. Perry is very familiar with issues at the border due to the fact that he was governor of Texas for 15 years. However, his views on immigration differ from Trump in a few ways. Perry's 2012 presidential campaigns faltered after he accused his Republican opponents of not having a heart when it comes to immigration, and he helped put through legislation in Texas that allows undocumented children of immigrants to pay in-state tuition for college. Despite this, Perry has supported reinforcing the U.S.-Mexico border, calling for the construction of traditional fencing where feasible and electronic barriers otherwise, supplemented by aerial monitoring. Deputy DHS Secretary Elaine Duke has been leading the department since Kelly moved over to the White House. Representative Michael McCaul, a Texas Republican, is thought to be in the running to take over from Kelly as well. He had been a frontrunner for the job before Trump appointed Kelly, and many administration officials still favor McCaul for the position. Who do you think should be named as Kelly's replacement? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Justin Trump makes huge move to dismantle affirmative action. During his presidency, Barack Obama allowed affirmative action in this country to get way out of hand to the point where minority students have a clear advantage over whites when it comes to college admission. Now, Donald Trump's Department of Justice is trying to pull back affirmative action in a big way. Daily Mail reported that Trump's Justice Department is preparing to investigate and possibly sue universities over admissions policies that discriminate against white applicants. An internal memo was circulated in the Dodge looking for lawyers in the department's Civil Rights Division who are interested in working on a new project on investigations and possible litigation related to intentional race-based discrimination in college and university admissions. The Supreme Court had previously ruled that universities may use affirmative action admissions policies, which are intended to give minority applicants an edge in getting into college. Though the court rejected the use of racial quotas, it ruled that race could be used as one factor among many in evaluating an applicant. Critics of affirmative action say that it has gone too far in discriminating against white and Asian applicants. Justice Department spokeswoman Sarah Isker Flores would not comment on this project, saying "We don't comment on personnel issues," referring to the internal job position announcement. However, it's been confirmed that the operation will not be carried out of the Civil Rights Division's Educational Opportunities section, but rather in front of the office of the division. Race-baiting liberals are already whining about how unfair this project is. Yet again, the Sessions Justice Department, led by the political leadership and marginalizing the career employees, is changing course on a key civil rights issue. Vanita Gupta, former head of the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division under President Barack Obama, said in a statement to the Washington Post. However, other officials agree that affirmative action has gone too far. Candace Jackson, acting head of the Education Department's Office for Civil Rights, once wrote that affirmative action policies dismiss the very real prices paid by individual people who end up injured by affirmative action. Share this story if you think affirmative action should be Breaking Trump White House rocked by new leak. Donald Trump's White House has been plagued by a series of leaks ever since he took office. Now, his administration has been hit with yet another leak. Daily Mail reported that a classified transcript was leaked today of Trump's conversation with Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto on January 27. The transcript stated that Trump indicated he was willing to launder his pledge to make Mexico pay for a border wall. This came after Trump repeatedly campaigned on the promise that Mexico would pay for it. Speaking of the funding, Trump told Peña, "It will come out in the wash, and that is okay." He then said, "But if you are going to say that Mexico is not going to pay for the wall, then I do not want to meet with you guys anymore because I cannot live with that." These comments show that Trump was well aware of how the public would perceive any signs of backtracking on his campaign pledge to somehow force a sovereign nation to pay for something its leaders vehemently opposed. "You cannot say that to the press," Trump said. The next day, Trump had a contentious call with Australia's Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull and a call with Russian President Vladimir Putin that he said went more smoothly. "I have had it," Trump said of the spat with Turnbull overtaking and refugees. "I have been making these calls all day, and this is the most unpleasant call all day." Putin was a pleasant call, Trump said. "This is ridiculous. This is going to kill me. I am the world's greatest person that does not want to let people into the country. And now I am agreeing to take 2,000 people. What do you think about this new leak? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section." Anthony Scaramucci resurfaces to make shocking announcement. Donald Trump shocked the nation on Monday when he fired Anthony Scaramucci as White House Communications Director just 10 days after he started the job. Now, reports are coming in saying that Scaramucci will be breaking to silence on Friday to tell his side of the story. CNN reported that Scaramucci will be hosting an online event tomorrow where he will address the American people directly. He said this daytime event will be broadcast on various live platforms with help from former Fox News co-president Bill Shine and will give him the chance to reach and communicate with the president's base. Scaramucci claims that he only planned to work in the White House for 6 to 9 months and that he was only brought on as a special purpose vehicle to disrupt the culture of leaking and counterproductive infighting. New Chief of Staff John Kelly pushed for Scaramucci to be fired after a New Yorker article detailed a conversation between Scaramucci and reporter Ryan Lee. In a profanity-laced rant with the reporter, Scaramucci accused former Trump Chief of Staff Reince Priebus of being the source of West Wing leaks and said, "I'm not Steve Bannon, I'm not trying to suck my own CK," among other things. However, Scaramucci claims that his story has been misconstrued and that had he known he was speaking on the record he would have not spoken in such a vulgar manner on behalf of Trump. Despite everything that has happened, Scaramucci still sees his short tenure at the White House as a success. He claims that he was the target of both parties and that the media has falsely painted him as a loose cannon. Scaramucci says that after his event tomorrow, he plans to lay low until after Labor Day, when he will announce his next venture after he evaluates his various media and finance-related opportunities. What do you think about this? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. After a week alone with the Obamas, Tom Hanks couldn't keep silent any longer. Immediately after leaving the White House, Barack and Michelle Obama went on a vacation to the French Polynesian Islands with a star-studded posse that included Tom Hanks, Bruce Springsteen, and Oprah. Now, Hanks has broken his silence about the vacation to describe a horrible biking trip and awkward conversations with Obama, making it clear that he was not comfortable at all during the trip. Hanks recalled that when the Obamas went to get their bikes for a bike trip, there ended up being a big problem. "An array of bikes have been procured for us, rented from all corners of Polynesia and Tahiti, Bora Bora," Hanks said, according to Entertainment Weekly. The Academy Award winner added that the Obamas and their Secret Service detail left him in the dust as soon as he got his bike. Making matters worse, Hanks soon realized that he had been left with an undersized girl's bike, with only one gear. Hanks also said that when he would talk to Obama about politics, the former president would constantly interrupt him and tell him that what he was asking is classified. The actor said that this happened about 3 times a day. Though Hanks has a sense of humor about it now, it's clear that he did not enjoy this trip with the Obamas at all. This should come as no surprise given the fact that to Obama, this was not a vacation at all. Instead, It was a business trip for him with the intent of persuading Hollywood power players to resist against Donald Trump. Obama ended up succeeding, at least with Springsteen. He managed to convince the music legend to write an anti-Trump song that was released not long after the vacation ended. We're glad to see that Tom Hanks has come forward to expose Obama. Share this story so we can spread the word about this. Watch Stephen Miller demolishes smug and foolish CNN reporter. Breaking news: Stephen Miller, a top aide and speechwriter in Donald Trump's White House, held a press conference this afternoon. The presser was focused on Trump's newly unveiled immigration plan, which would reduce the immigrants admitted to the U.S. in half over the next 10 years. During the press conference, CNN's Jim Acosta tried to corner Miller with partisan questions. Acosta asked whether the bill is in violation of the United States principle to give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, which is etched onto the Statue of Liberty. The poem that you're referring to was added later, Miller said, referring to the Emma Lazarus sonnet that Jim Acosta was quoting. Acosta then questioned the idea of requiring immigrants to learn English before they come to the United States, asking, "Are we just going to bring in people from Great Britain and Australia?" Miller responded by destroying Acosta. "I have to honestly say, I am shocked at your statement that you think that only people from Great Britain and Australia would know English. It reveals your cosmopolitan bias to a shocking degree. This is an amazing moment." The bickering went on. Miller called Acosta's partisan statements outrageous, ignorant, insulting, and foolish. Watch the video above. It's easily one of the most entertaining moments in the White House since Trump took office.